So at halftime, he had a run-in with a Suns fan. So in the arena, and it was all COVID. This all started in COVID.
I have the sound, Rock.
Yeah, yeah. We'll play this for you first, and then I'll explain. But this is basically Westbrook at halftime as he's entering the court, go back on the court, and he's cutting through the VIP section where the players need to go to get to the court, to get to the tunnel. And here is one little moment that he had with a Suns fan.
Watch your mouth. Take it like a man. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Straight like that. Watch your mouth. Be about it.
Yeah, watch your mouth, mother. You know what? And that occurred at the halftime, and he got the last laugh with the win. But you know, the Suns could prevent this. You know, players don't have to cut through there. And the reason why they do now, they used to never do that. But when COVID happened, that's when that all started. And, you know, it's a recipe for disaster. It's a bad look for the fans, Suns fans, and it's a bad look for the Phoenix Suns organization because it is an easy fix. It's an easy fix. And you see that more, and, you know, you pay good money to be close to these players. But you saw the video. Most of you saw it. There's no reason why guys can be pounding 10 beers and it's halftime, and you see a guy like Russell Westbrook, a guy who's easy to not like, right? If he's on the opposing team,
and he's been sensitive to the term Westbrook for a long time.
Yeah,
a lot of fans, and he's walking by, and this guy's going, "Hey, Westbrook," and blah blah blah. And at that point, if I'm a player, I just those fans are right there.
You can't.
You just ignore it. You go
you
to the
say that,
you go to the locker
but when
room,
you're getting it 24/7, you could be Mr. Teacher right now to your kids. But come on, it's life. If you're getting beat up 24/7, it gets to the point where you're just going to explode.
You know what? If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Okay, Rob, really?
You can't take the heat.
All right, Manuch.
You know what?
Come on.
There's a lot of guys who get chants and barbs. He hears it in the stands. Hears it everywhere. Just
it's not easy. You can't ignore it.
You have to ignore it. Those are the fans.
No, you can't. Yeah. Obviously, you can't.
It looked bad. As bad as it looked for this guy in the Suns, it looked worse for Westbrook.
It did?
Excuse me. To go ahead.
Why look worse on him?
Because he's encountering a fan. He should just move.
All he did is tell this guy to shut the you-know-what up.
Yep. Just keep moving. He could say,
watch your mouth, mother, you know. That's all he did.
Why get
it's not like he swung at him.
That guy, I mean.
The guy had a beer in his hand. You don't know how many beers he had.
Okay, then to your point, just make sure the Suns fans are away from that.
Well, that's the Suns' job.
We are always taught exactly right. Okay, so but the other time for Westbrook is to move on, ignore the noise, and go prove him wrong. We were always taught that. If they're going to holler at you and banner you, go prove them wrong. And then you can point to the scoreboard at the end of the game for any fans that still feel that you're Westbrooking out there, whatever. Kid had a hell of a game defensively.
You do not need to have the opposing team run through the club section there.
I agree with that.
Plain and simple.
Okay.
It's just stupid.
And it's on their part to allow them to come through the shortcut and go back that way to the locker room and then be exposed to those fans because you never know what somebody's going to say.
Or do.
It's
you've
like
been drinking, you're having a good time. You're like, oh man, there's Westbrook. Let me have some fun with him.
Well, and he did obviously, but he struck a nerve with the guy. But you look at the Dallas Cowboys when they come in and out of their locker room. You got the fans lined up right there. They got security. They're lined up and they're walking through.
That's completely different.
That's the home team.
That's different.
I get it.
Home team versus home team. Not to mention they're going through a tunnel. This is literally walking in between.
I get it.
You could shake his hand. You could sign an autograph. But
who's to say if somebody from the Cowboys isn't really screwing up or Dak Prescott's got 6 picks or whatever, somebody goes walking through there.
You can't touch him.
I get it.
That's the big difference is what I'm saying, Manuch.
But that guy's in front of him. He had a security guard that's right there. This guy wasn't going to get to him.
Oh, my gosh.
That security guard was right there.
You could have totally got to him.
Well,
have you seen the video?
No, I did. I've seen it 2 or 3 times.
Okay, then you saw there were so many multiple people walking in front of Westbrook when he's going to the tunnel. You and I and Westbrook could have walked to the court together, and we could have been hand in hand.
Then if that's going to be pause for concern, then the Suns need to take care of that and not allow that to happen again.
I promise you they did.
It doesn't.
Or they better.
For Westbrook, just keep moving, ignore the noise, be a pro, and don't go. You don't have to banter with everybody coming forward.
I mean, you don't know, Manuch. You don't know what. I mean, somebody could say something to you. You don't even know what it is. It sparks something, and you just flip. The Italian in you just gets all worked up.
I've had a lot of stuff.
I know.
A lot of stuff said to me. I kept moving, ignored it, just kept warming
Not
up.
everybody's wired like Manuch. You are by far the nicest guy anybody knows in the world.
But if they
You're not
me,
your typical former professional athlete.
But I always say this.
Not. You grew up in a small town in Erie, Pennsylvania, and grew up going to well, you were born in Erie, and then basically you went to Yuma. No, but before that, he had nuns as
he did
as teachers. I mean, these people you don't know where they came up.
The lesson learned here, but I think everybody. I think for Westbrook specifically, they probably won't go that route again. And number two, the Suns have got to be aware of, okay, if that's going to be a detriment, and the people that enter that area there, if there's any disconcerting remarks to any of the opposing players, then who's ever security has that right to remove them from that area that they pay big bucks for. Okay,
you can fix it.
Solved. Move on. You know?
Can fix the area. You put up yellow tape. You put the sanctions up, and then you just make it an area like you see in a hockey game.
I get it.
This is such an easy fix, and I hope that we hear from someone, some reporter, Dwayne Rankin or somebody in the Republic that's down there and say, hey, while they fix it, this is what they did on Tuesday night.
Yeah, but it's still as
you never know what can happen.
Yeah, that's correct. Well, I think more so than having barbs with people is somebody that could, you're talking about security, that they make sure that when they come out that way, that they rope that off and don't allow anybody near them. They can holler all they want going by, but that is a player. If you're going to take that route, buyer beware, as I always say.
You weren't there. You weren't there. You don't know what's said ever. We only hear the headline, right? I mean, come on, let's be honest. There's so much that goes on. Even what we saw last night with Westbrook, there could have been more that was said. Maybe when he came off the court, there were some things maybe said by that same individual. We don't know.
Ignore the noise, move on, go win your game.
Like it's that easy.
Well, Rock, it is. You have to ignore it. You, as a pro player, yeah, you can, as a professional athlete, yeah, you're human. You hear it, you absorb it. Hell, there's many a time it was like, hey, Manucci, don't be afraid to mix in a completion once in a while.
Why would you get mad at that? But if this guy is calling your mom out, or remember all that stuff, your mom wears remember as a kid, your mom wears cowboy boots.
I got to the sideline, I looked at the guy, and I saw it. I smiled. Said, yeah, you're right. I'll try to do my best. That's how you diffuse that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's thrown at you when you're on the sidelines warming up. You have to ignore that stuff. As long as they're not throwing stuff at you, I think security's right there.
A little bit of a different level. Yeah, you on the sideline at a preseason game.
But it's the mental piece of the
NBA playoffs. And in a VIP club section where it's open bar.
Hey, be the adult, move on, ignore the noise, and go prove it on the court.